we would wish to know how best we can work with this paragraphing in line with the left and right margins, top and the bottom. So like I said, the document has three layers. We have the top layer, where the layer that occupies between the edge of the paper and where your text starts from. Then we have the bottom layer, the layer that stretches from the bottom or edge of your paper and where your text will stop when you are doing the typing. So the three layers include they form what we call the header section, then your work area, then we have the footer section. Okay, so our task is now one. How do we set our paper? How do we set our page? All you need to do is to look out on the layout and then select margins. So when you select the margins, we have a number of margins that margin sizes that are already set up by Microsoft by default, and we are working under the normal margin, which is 1. Okay, 1 to the left, 1 to the top, bottom and right. Okay, so these are the dimensions. Then we have the one that will narrow down the margins to the left, right, bottom and the left by 0.5. Okay, so when I select this, you realize that this shifts. Okay, when I select the normal again, you realize that the text has shifted inwards. How about when I select moderate? Moderate, it's 1 on top, 1 to the bottom and 0.75. So that means this text is going to jump to the left side. Okay, however, you can specify your own. When I click at this custom, I'm availed with the options of specifying how much I need to specify on the left, right and the bottom or top. So all I need to do is to look at the top. On top I need possibly 1.5. So on my top area where I have my header section, I have 1, type 1.5. Then at the bottom, do the same thing, 1.5. Then on the left, I need to have my margin start from 2. So I'll indicate this as 2, or you can increment using this. Okay, can go on clicking at that until it reaches 2, so that our margins start at number 2. And my margin, alright, is going to be at 0.5. Okay, on the right. So I'll select 0.5. Alright, so all I need to do now, you realize that it has now made a preview for me, and when I click anywhere else, it's going to reserve some good space on the left side, and I click at OK. So whatever that I'll need to type, it's going to kind of stop at some point, and then it's going to kind of go to the next, but it will leave some space there. Okay, so realize that it didn't actually go up to the end. Okay, once it touched the left margin, it had to do what we call a word wrap. Okay, this is what we call a word wrap. If your text has almost reached the end of the paragraph, your margin, left margin, normally, and you begin to you continue typing, it's going to wrap to the next margin or to the next line. That's what we call a word wrap. Okay, so that is the use of the margins. specifying how much you need on the left and how much you need on the right, then top and the bottom. Like I said in the previous chapters, when we were dealing with the indentation, you can as well use or narrow down how much you need to specify for the left or right margins using the indentation markers. These are going to also help you to shift the size of your margins.